Welcome back to another episode of Southside Struggles, the Chicago White Sox rebuild series. If this is your first video, be sure to check out the rest of the series. At the end of this video, there will be a video card that you can click on there. Also, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications if you want to be notified when the next video drops. In the last episode, we were able to take a look at Brad Keller. Unfortunately, we were going to try to take a look at Garrett Crochet, but I fat fingered it and accidentally simulated through the date he was performing. We also did some moments and we were able to get to the end of May. So at the beginning of the video here, we're going to take another look at our roster and kind of make some more decisions on if we want to move some guys around. This year is going to be a slow process just because with the roster that we downloaded and I think a lot to do with injuries in our life, there weren't many options in terms of 40-man. We were going to have to release a lot of people I didn't want to release quite yet. I was going to wait until, we can see some worse performers. So we're going to go ahead and simulate through the end of the month. As Noah Schultz comes off of injury, he only had a little blister, so that's good to see. As John Brebbia, I think, has a chance to get the save, and he does. In the last video, we kept bringing it up, but he had so many saves. He had something like 10 saves in the month, maybe not 10, but 6 or 7 saves in the month, double his saves, and he had a really good month. We had a good month altogether. The whole team had a good month altogether. Sorry about that. We went on almost a 10-game win streak. I think it was like an 8-game win streak. Through 2 weeks, we were like 8-3 as we get a strikeout there, first out of the 10th inning. But we were having a crazy year, and then to end a crazy month, and to end the month, we went on like a 3-7 in the last 10. It was not great to see there, especially since we were, the middle of the month, beginning of the month was so good for us. But it just shows that we can definitely have good months and perform well when we're clicking on all cylinders. We're just gonna have to perform really well as he gets strikeout number 2. Hopefully he can strike the next guy out here and strike out, not the side, as I think we did allow a hit or a walk. I'm not sure the moment they brought us in, but hopefully we can get the third strikeout here. That'd be pretty cool to see as John Brebbia to get another save here. A dominant save, as a matter of fact, if we're able to get it with 3 strikeouts. Oh, as the umpire doesn't want to give us that one, as the catcher is trying to calm us down. Brebbia gets the call at the knees. Full count here. 1 strike remaining as we get a pop-up into right center field, and Fletcher ranges over to make the play. And that will be yet another save here for John Brebbia in the month of May. It's what you like to see out of your closer. He's been performing really, really well for us. I'm super excited about that. As Brian Shaw gets a victory, Eloy Jimenez with a homer and 2 RBIs. Martin Maldonado also 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Not many runs scored, but we were able to get it done there. In Milwaukee, Brebbia's 15 saves. So I think at the beginning of May, he was at 6. So in a month's time, he was able to get, 9 saves. Super awesome. Great performance. So we are at the end of the month. June's next month. So this video we'll try to accomplish by getting through this month. And the next video, we're going to get into the draft. Super excited about the draft. We definitely need some pieces for our team, so I'm super excited to get there. Crochet's injured. He'll be injured for another couple days. That's why we weren't able to do his. We did simulate. We fat-fingered and simulated the day, but he was also injured, so we weren't able to see it. As Robert Jr. has hit 90 overall finally. If you look at this, wow. I haven't taken a look at this in a while, actually the whole month. But he's gone up in fielding, gone up in all the intangibles at hitting, even bunting he's working on. So he's a workhorse in the batting cage and stuff like that, and in practice. So that's super, super awesome to see. Would love to see him be a little faster, as he's only hitting 215 so far, but that's way up from the 168 or whatever it was through the first month and a half. 765 OPS, not his worst in his career, right there in the middle, but we definitely need to increase that some. Colson Montgomery not having a great month so far in AAA. We're going to hold him here. We definitely do want him to get a little bit better before we bring him up into the majors. Just taking a look at our prospects. Drew Thorpe with a 2.64 ERA in the AAA for the whole month of May. He's got 30 innings under his belt, 29 strikeouts, 8 walks, so it seems to be a dominant force in AAA, and is making the argument that he needs to be on the 40-man roster at a minimum, and definitely in the MLB. Probably going to give him another month. I don't want it to be a fluke. I don't want him to get hit really hard. He is giving up a lot of hits and walks with a 1.4 whip, but his strikeout to walk ratio is dominant. He's striking out a ton of people, limiting his walks. That's exactly what you want to see out of the young man in the minors. Noah Schultz is injured. He's on the injury list. I think he's not injured anymore, but he's on the 15-day DL. So he'll be back in a few days. Didn't want to have the CPU, manager do anything, so I could put him on the DL for a little bit, or IL, not DL, the IL. So he's having a great season so far. So 4-3 win to losses, 51 innings, 57 strikeouts, only 21 walks, 1.41 ERA, and a 1.16 WHIP. Really good to see. Going to look at is Hario Uriarte had a good start. Probably going to look to demote somebody to AA that is on our triple A. That is on our AAA rotation. Not sure. It's going to have to be Jared Schuster. He's the worst performing one. But everybody else is doing pretty good in AAA. They're all making an argument to make that leap up into MLB, except for even Drew Thorpe is making that argument, but we just don't have the space for him right now. As Edward Cuero does make a little bit of a boost here into the 230s. I think he was batting right around 200 when we first took a look at him, so that's good to see. Martin Baldonado is not having a good year. Neither really is Max Stassi, so hopefully Edgar Cuero can develop here quickly. Vaughn's not having a bad year. Gonzalez, who's really want to look at, 270 in the AAA. He's been here all year. Probably going to keep him there. He's only 21, so we don't really need to rush him whatsoever. The next thing we're going to look at is Samuel Zavala. We're going to move him up to the AA. He's been developing pretty well. You can see here, won about everything so far. He's fast. He's good at fielding. His contact's not terrible, especially for AA, so we're going to go ahead and move him up. Just get him a little bit of playing experience so we can kind of pace that. I'm not sure where he'll slot in, as the AA guys are hitting pretty well. So we'll have to demote somebody, but we'll look probably elsewhere. Eddie Park also hitting good. Yeah, so this was the issue last time. I don't really have anywhere to put him. I don't want to move somebody from AAA all the way down to single A. But honestly, we might have to. Robbie Grossman, he's only gone for another 6 days. Yeah, our AAA outfielders are insane. So I'm not going to be able to promote Zavala, unfortunately. But we will go ahead and get into gameplay here in the month of June. So we place Crochet on the bench. I'm going to put him in the rotation. And we will be taking out Garcia and putting in Crochet. Hopefully he can keep his dominant year going. Taking a quick gander at scouting. Sean Trimble is not having a bad year. A bad scouting. Neither is Richard Abbott. He seems to be a pretty good player. Only 20 years old. We'll definitely take a bigger look towards the end of the year. I don't want to get too much into the weeds. But I do think this time we're going to go away from looking at... We'll look at a relief pitcher. And I think I've had my scouts on the wrong positions, unfortunately. As Braden Hudson looks to be an absolute monster. Holy crap. We're going to take a look at him. Just get his scouting done for the year. That'll be it. Sorry. I'm having really bad sinus right now so far. So we're going to continue to simulate. Use Robbie Grossman as DJ Gladney. is still injured. Keep on 68 DL for sure. The Knights have 27 players on the AAA. I'm going to go take a look at that. We're going to demote Elko to AA, and then we'll have to demote somebody else. Wilfred, we're going to demote him to Class A, just to secure everything up, and we will continue simulating. Shoto Imanaga having a good outing so far, as we have a chance to extend Elo Jimenez's 11-game hit streak to 12. But Shoto has held us off the boards. He's currently pitching a shutout, so that's not good to see. Hopefully we can get some stuff rocking here with Jimenez. And that's not the way to do it, as that splitter again, man. That splitter has beat me up all of May. We didn't really see it much in the first month or so of the season, as Jimenez does try to sneak one past the shortstop or third baseman, but it's not going to happen as they get a fielder choice, and that will not extend his hit streak. As the Cubs put it on us as they win 9-0. And that is extremely, extremely unfortunate for us, as we are not able to really do anything against the Cubbies. Actually, a change of plans. We are going to be playing the Cubs today. As this is one of the biggest rivalries in all of baseball, we are going to be playing the full game as we take on the Cubs in our home city, but not our home stadium. As Brad Keller will get the start. We pitched a lot with him recently, but he's been pretty good, as we will look to sub out. We're not going to look to sub out anybody. We're going to keep everybody the same. Moncada's not having a terrible energy day, but he's not having a great year so far with a $169 on the average. We may need to put him somewhere else in the lineup. So making a big mistake so far. I think I forgot to record the first 5 innings of this game. So we're in the middle of the 6th. A 2-1 run ball game. I would replay, but I saved the game because I had to come back. Or I had to leave and I came back. So there are no highlights of the game so far, but I'm not sure if we can look. We can look at the game log and to look at the scoring play. Fletcher singles to score Stassi. That was a triple, or not a single, it was a triple, and then Vaughn had a homer. Happ was able to get one back in the bottom of the 4th. So that's where we get the 2-1. Fortunately, we don't have any gameplay of that because I was not recording at the time. A boneheaded mistake by me for sure. But luckily, we'll be able to get through the end of May, and we'll be able to get to June in the next video, and then to the draft. We may start the draft next video, especially since this is not going to run very long with gameplay. We may go ahead and just get to the draft and stop recording right before there, and just have a draft or a video dedicated fully to the draft. But we'll see, and you'll see probably, obviously in the next video when that is released. As we swing it when they run the count pull. 1 on. Jimenez drew a walk right before the recording. I was going to pop out to right. I haven't really been able to get, well, Robert Jr. hasn't been able to really get anything going so far this season. But I really haven't been able to get anything going with him against lefties when I take him to when I play. I would assume that he would do a little better just because he does have such good freaking stats as we strike out there looking. Man, oh man. Should have swung it out. It was a good pitch down to the bottom of the zone. Hard to complain about that. He put it in a perfect spot almost. Really got us fooled. As Keller takes the mound. We've seen a lot of Keller in the videos. This is the 3rd time I've pitched with him. His debut where he threw a shutout. So he gets a pop-up. Debut where he threw a shutout. Then another video where he played against the Blue Jays. We weren't able to get the win. He only gave up 2 or 3 runs, so not terrible in terms of earned runs. But he didn't get the win because we weren't really able to produce any runs for him. I think they scored or won 3-2 that game. This will be his 3rd game featured. Didn't really plan it like that. The last video, or the last video he was in, I for sure fumbled that one with accidentally simulating when I was going to showcase Crochet, but he was also injured at that time anyways. So, oh my goodness. As Patrick Wisdom gets a good turn on one and takes it deep as the game will go tied in the 6th. He takes one inside on the hands. We're going to get the bullpen warmed up. Going to warm up Kopech. As they get another hit, back-to-back hits. As Jimenez will stutter step there, pick it up and throw it in. As we are able to make the play here, as Moncada will throw it across the diamond and get the last out of the inning, getting out of the jam. Gave up one there. The Cubs have crawled back into it. 2-2 here in the end of the 6th. As Jordan Wicks stays on the mound. I think this is his 3rd inning of work. We swing at a bad pitch as I'm trying to get the bullpen working, clicking all the buttons. Oh man, oh man, oh man. As Stassi gets another good rip into the outfield, but it'll be straight to the right fielder. Not straight, but close enough. As we're going to get Kopech into the game. Always worry when we bring him in because we don't have a good track record with him this year. I will say I think his last outing we had, he didn't do too bad. But for the first month and a half, 2 months of the season, we gave up walk-offs, big hits. Weren't really able to shut anybody down with Kopech. Not really sure. His stats are relatively good for, relieving for the White Sox. He's 70 overall. But we just really haven't had any, a good track record. That one's hammered, but I think that will be foul anyways. Would have stayed in the park, so that is at least good. So he gets another one, same place almost, but Jimenez will be able to make this one as it stays fair. As he make a diving stop. The throw will be low. You weren't able to pick it there on the hop. That'll be an E6. I guess so, technically. But it was a hard play anyways to make. As Fletcher isn't able to make it over there. So what I mentioned before, I didn't record any gameplay and only recorded my voice. So in baseball news, Scott Boras, which is a super agent for a lot of the best players in the league, Garrett Cole, Matt Chapman. Oh my goodness. Seiya Suzuki gets a rope into left field, and Kopech allows another big hit this season. Just cannot catch a break with Kopech. Man. But back to what I was saying. Scott Boras, agent to a lot of the big players, he got fired by Jordan Montgomery this week. A lot of that has to do with Jordan Montgomery not getting on a team and not getting a really good contract until late into the offseason. But it's just Scott Boras' whole philosophy is that if you make teams wait and you make them sweat, they'll end up giving you more money than probably what would require them to sign you if you sign early in the season. You also are able to see more people sign, see what they're signing for, get a better range of what your stats provide. But this offseason just did not work out for him because he had Blake Snell, he had Matt Chapman, Cody Bellinger, and then Jordan Montgomery, all of them not signing really, really good contracts. And it kind of made everybody question if it was more of the players not having, good track records in the past seasons. But, if you look at Blake Snell, oh my goodness, another splitter. The splitter has been my kryptonite this season. But Blake Snell has a good season. Cy Young, I think he had a Cy Young last year, maybe 2 years ago. But you would think he would be able to sign a good contract. But with all the injuries to the pitchers, maybe that's what they were assuming, is that they're worried to give him a long contract could put them on the hook for, him being injured a few years. But, that's to be seen. But it's just, Scott Boras, while he's giving his guys a lot of, millions, it's just the way he goes about it kind of sucks from a player aspect. I think the players want to be out there playing, but he's kind of holding off on it just to, possibly work a few more millions out of teams. And that's what sucks for the fans of the teams, too. Because they don't see this player until late into the season. They don't see him until after spring training and stuff. I don't think any of his players played in spring training, like the ones that signed this offseason. So there's bonuses. There's definitely pros and cons to it. I think from the fan side, there's more cons, but he gets his guys paid, so I guess at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But Jordan Montgomery's the first person to publicly come out and do anything about it. Like he left the agency or whatever. So it's interesting to see. I'm sure the other guys also have some worries or issues with it, but they haven't said anything publicly. So as we swing there on another splitter, strike 3, end of the 8th. And Kopech will come back up to pitch. I mean, there's not much use in throwing another reliever out there, as he gave up a 2-run shot. All the runs have been off homers, so that's fun. Thinking about that now. In other news, Shohei Ohtani got off the hook for any wrongdoing, so that's awesome to see as a Dodgers fan. But Imaharma, or whatever his name is, the translator, he's screwed. He's going to jail for a long time. For sure. Man was calling, oh my goodness, another home run. I might demote Kopech. I'm just in complete disarray right now. Oh my goodness, no way. Okay, that one's going to foul. Oh goodness, I was very close to just turning off the PlayStation on that one. Jeez Louise. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani resolved of any wrongdoing. Translator going to jail for a long time. He was making what? He's $40 million in debt. Made $180 million in wagers. Won only $140 million. Some of the text the news releases, he was talking to a bookie like, man, I'm really bad at this, LOL. What in the heck? Dude was calling the banks, acting as Shohei. And it's just what is going on? Dude was incredibly ballsy. And also, apparently, during the initial part of the investigation, he didn't even graduate from the college that he said he graduated from. There is no trace of him ever attending that college. Ooh, as we get a call there, strike 3. But yeah, but it's been a busy week for, if you're following baseball pretty well. Also, Jackson Holiday. Ooh, they could have had a lot of movement. Jackson Holiday gets a call up. He is currently, I don't think he's got a hit yet. I don't think so. He's played 3 games, has a minus WRC of minus 100. So that's not good. Statistically, the worst hitter in baseball ever. Obviously, through his first 3 games, it's not that serious, but definitely interesting to see, given he was absolutely killing AAA. As he was killing AAA. That whole team is insane. They got Heston, can't pronounce his last name, down there as a check swing. Good call, good call. He's also insane. He had a 1.4 OPS, which is absurd even for AAA. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on this week, which I think Jackson will be fine. The way he was destroying AAA pitching, it's just going to be a matter of time until he gets acclimated to the majors. A little high on the scoop there, but they make it anyways. And we are down to our final out of the game. But they did bring up Jackson Holiday early enough for them to get the PPI incentive. And then also he can compete for the Rookie of the Year, which I think he can compete. I think you only have to have a half-year service, right? Something like that. Until you are able to compete for the Rookie of the Year award. But again, I think he will be fine for sure. I mean, it's his first 3 games. Not too worried. I don't think they should be too worried anyways. As we lose to the Cubs in disarray fashion, as Kopech just allows so many runs. He still has only a 5 ERA, so we're not going to take him out. He's doing fine in simulating. As we're going to go ahead and simulate here. As we take a moment, I think it's a player moment. It's flexing 7 2/3, 2 on, going for a shutout against the Red Sox. It's a Sox versus Sox game. I think he gets that a home run, I'm going to be so upset. Now, Robert Jr. ranges to the track to make the play, so that'll be through the 8th. Up 4 to nothing now. The shutout is still intact at only 85 pitches. As Robert Jr. gets a sac fly in the top or bottom of the 8th, driving that 4th run, as that'll be out number 1. That'll be another back-to-back pop-ups to left field. And he's cooking. Only 2 pitches this inning, 2 outs. I wonder if we can get a 3rd here. No, didn't want to go down 3 pitches in 1 inning. Or 3 outs and 3 pitches in 1 inning. So they just took a pitch, and they will fly out to center here. That will do. That was the quickest inning in a 3rd I've pitched in a while. That'll be another shutout for the White Sox. I'm not sure if they had any more. I mean, I would assume we would have gotten to a moment if they did. Stassi, keep him active. He only has a blister on his finger. 15-day DL for a week. Auto-utilize Stassi. Let's take a gander at scouting. As Daniel Franco drops from 8th to 35 on our board. Braden Hudson, a 3rd baseman, jumps from 63rd to 47. So he might be a 2nd-round pick for us, depending on how that looks. Go ahead and change the prospects here. I think I mentioned a few videos. If not, I'll probably cut it. But we've already gotten through the top, few guys pretty quickly. I'm not really big on scouting relief pitchers. I did scout him just because he was in the top 10, just to see kind of where he was. But I'm not really big on scouting him. So what I'm gonna do is probably go down towards where my 2nd, 3rd, 4th round picks are. I'm going to look there at guys that sit around that rank and scout those guys just to see if we can find a gem, someone that we might want to draft earlier. Maybe they jump a lot or maybe they fall back a little bit, but to get an idea around this pick, because I hate getting to the draft and having to draft somebody I've not even looked at down the line. Looking at Craig Bryant, starting pitcher, lefty, 18 years old, 6'5", a Cali. I mean, if you look at his future stats, his tops out is insane. His velocity is crazy. Oh man. Oof, forcing coming at 94 to 99. Cutter at 94 to 99. Has a splitter and a slider. It's actually not a terrible pitch mix. He's at 41. We're gonna look at him. Gonna look at him for sure, and then taking a look more at a position player with our other guy here. Again, looking more towards the mid to late 40s. Travis Salazar, 22. He's gonna have good power left. Not really much else. Does have good arm strength and has some speed. Does play right field. Could play for us if he does get up to there to those potentials. As we're gonna scout him because everybody else is a pitcher or a relief pitcher. So we're gonna look at Travis Salazar, and we're gonna also take a look at recently scouted just to see if there's anybody worth taking a look at. As Michael Alicio looks not too terrible, but the rest of them are late in the draft. I'm I think we're going to do another week. No, we're going to go ahead and switch to international. There's always typically good international players. I mean, it's also, there's a lot more area in the world to scout. So typically you have a lot more scouting. You get 5% for everybody throughout the week. So it works a little bit in your favor in that way. So Paul DeJong is 3 for 3, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. We're going to try to extend that 2 home run hitting game to a third. We're taking on the Mariners in Seattle, top of the 9th.
Paul DeJong, couple of homers so far today. Maybe we'll see number 3 here. Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Gregory Santos, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Stanek getting loose as well. The 1-1.
Spencer Steer's hitting 331. Freddie Freeman with a 321. And Cooney Jr. with a 313. 44. So he's swing and miss there. And that'll be his first at bat that doesn't result in something all game as we take the win. With Brad Keller going 9 full innings, getting another shutout this season. He's having an absolute dominant year. I'll take a peek at his stats this year, because he's killing it so far after we brought him up for AAA. Should have probably brought him up earlier for sure. But the roster was set. I didn't really want to have to drop anybody, but we had to make decisions. And he's through 235, 114 whip, 40 strikeouts is 14 walks, 52, 3 and 2/3 innings. Not too bad. Only has a 2-2 win to losses. But that is okay. Uriarte has a 1 ERA and 8 innings of work. But Drew Thorpe is killing it. We honestly want to try to bring him up this year, possibly over Flexen. I mean, he has 3 minor league options used. That's why we couldn't demote him earlier in the season and bring up Thorpe. As Noah Schultz also has a good season so far in AA. Kai Bush is injured, but he's having a good season up until then. So I think what we're going to do is wait until September, call up Drew Thorpe, and then call up Noah Schultz into AAA to end the year. That is some ways off. We dropped the last 2. Keep him active. He's been very injury prone. We're going to take a look at our first trade offer of the season, all the way into deep into May. As Tucker Barnhart for Lenyn Sosa. Don't even know who that guy is, but Tucker Barnhart, that's not the guy. 33 years old, 64 overall, 3.3 million per year, batting 184, 260 on base percentage, and only a 4.43 OPS. Absolutely not. Plays for the Diamondbacks, and they want, I don't even know who this guy is. 24. He's good against lefties, I'd per se, but not really much else. Decent fielding. He did have some MLB service time in 23 and 22. Interesting there. Didn't really bat well. But no, we're not going to make that trade. Unfortunately, that's not. Kind of slap in the face there by the Diamondbacks. I think we were playing them too. Yeah, we were playing them. They were trying to trade. That'd been. Actually, I feel like that happens a lot where you trade somebody and you trade them to the team that you're playing, and they just like walk over the next dugout. Very interesting. As Travis Salazar fell off a cliff. 73 to 83 potential, not terrible, but his Xavier overall is only 58 to 68. So definitely not a second round pick. But maybe we can pick him up later in the draft. But typically the AI goes off of the MLB draft slots once he gets towards the end. Maybe even early as a second round, depending on how they scout. Not sure how their scout logic is. I haven't taken a look at recommended players. That might be interesting to take a look at. Samuel Lewis is young and looks like he could. Look like he could be a good pick for us. Actually, there's only 5 third basemen internationally getting looked at, but worth it to keep looking through. I think we dropped 6 straight. No, we won that one on Saturday. As Josh Hader is in to close the game. Bases loaded. 1 out. Stassi 0 for 3 at the plate. And our stats this year are miserable on pitching and offense. Or pitching and hitting. The lefty Hader. I always have hated his delivery. Just like really far extended arm. He also has some good pitches. And it's also really fast. He whips that ball over his left shoulder. Kind of disguises the pitch. Kind of disguises where the ball is too. But not my favorite delivery to look at as Stassi throws the bat into the stands. Take a look here, yeah. Good things those nets are there because that could have taken somebody's head off. 1-1. We just need, one hit. As he gets the two-seamer by him. Way late on that. There's no way in heck we were going to be able to catch up there. I really like the feature that they added, the moments feature they added this year. That was in... Whew, as we get a blessing there. So he is not happy. But the moments feature is new, I do believe. Or maybe it's revised this year. But that was something in March to October. That's pretty cool. Which I love the name March to October because the season starts in March and the regular season ends in October. Just like chef's kiss on the name. As we walk in a run here. No hits, but we are able to be within 1, and now a single into anywhere. Should score 2, as long as it's not directly to an outfielder. That ball looked good. I don't know why I didn't swing at it earlier. Oh, that slider, man. But, again, simulation moment thing, pretty good. Definitely makes playing the season so much easier. Because if I would have to, play every game or manually sim, and, you just really wouldn't get much gameplay. And, this gets you, some serious moments. As Paul DeJong ruins the save for Josh Hader. And that will be a walk-off win for the White Sox in Chicago. Great for the hometown fans. They're all standing up to celebrate Paul DeJong's single. 2 RBI single. Love to see it. I think as Andrew Vaughn gets player of the game. Yeah, 2 for 2. 2 singles, 2 walks. Great game by him in terms of average. Brian Abreu gets the loss. Always love to see that. Always love to ruin a save. As Kopech has a MCL sprain. Hopefully it's been aggravating him for a couple weeks because he has been pitching miserably with that 5 ERA. We're going to put him on the 15-day DL. I always say DL. IL. The 15-day IL. I don't know why I say DL. Kai Bush. We're going to auto-utilize him. We're going to take another look at scouting here. So Craig Bryant fell back. Maybe we can pick him up in our 3rd pick in the 2nd round. The competitive balance or something of that nature. And then we're going to look at... So we only have 2 weeks left, right? 2 weeks. So we need to look at starters in the top 100. We have 4 picks in the top 100. So I want to go probably deep down and see if I can find a starter that we want to hopefully sneak up on and get. Trying to find these guys. Ooh, 5-pitch mix. Has a lot of velocity difference, but the pitch stats aren't looking very good. A splitter, changeup, slider, same pitch with a splitter and changeup, same motion. Johnny Clinton, his potential doesn't look too bad. Velocity's not really there. It does have a running fastball instead of a regular fastball. Has a splitter coming at 90 to 95. Interesting. I could work with the changeup actually, thinking about it now. Johnny Theophanopoulos. Oh man, MLB, the show, working overtime to come up with that name. Johnny T is what we're going to be calling him if we draft him. Honestly, considering about drafting him just solely because of that. But he has a 2-seam fastball as his main pitch. And I don't know, I'm just a 2-seam fastball hater in the show. It just doesn't have any real movement. It's mostly lateral. Same thing as kind of a cutter. There's not really, it should be diagonal more so, closer to a sinker, but doesn't really throw fast. But I love the name. Man, I'd love to just draft him. I kind of want to scout him just cause I think it'd be hilarious if we got Johnny Diophanopoulos on the team. I think we're gonna scout Neil Weber. Has a 5-pitch mix. A curveball looking pretty good. Two seam looking pretty good in the future. He has decent stamina now. Ks per 9, not too bad. Velocity up there. That puts that as at another lefty. Oh, we know Weppers. No, he's 100. Looking at Ryan Rich here, he might be the guy we go for. Yeah, we're gonna scout Ryan Rich for that, and then we'll keep it pushing. No, don't want to stop simulating there. John Brebbia is going for a 2-out. No, he's just going to keep the game tied. I was about to say, if he's going a 2-out save, that's a long day for him. Even two innings, or sorry, not 2-out save, 2 inning save.
So 2 down. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit.
2 innings for any closer is not typical. You don't ever really want your closer out there because you want to have the ability to use him every game if you need to, because you want him to get the most opportunities he can to get a save. We'll get a nice grounder to shortstop, and that should be out number 3. Back to the bottom of the 10th, as we will have a chance to put away the Dodgers at home. We're going to return to simulating, as we don't have a chance to win it. Well, we do have a chance to win it, as we're down 1 against Evan Phillips, who's working in his 3rd inning. Only 27 pitches. He's keeping those low. Just noticing that we are in our Southside City Connect uniforms. Let me know what you all think of those in the comments. I'm not a huge fan of the City Connect uniforms. I like the Southside of it for sure. That's cool. I don't even mind the black so much as like it's all black. I think they could have done something different maybe. If you look at a lot of teams, they have off colors like the Marlins. They have like this red, or like the Nationals before they're about to change them. They have the cherry blossoms. Like, I think the cherry blossom City Connect uniform is the dirtiest uniform ever. It's so good looking, so clean, and they're gonna take it away, I think. That just blows. The Dodgers isn't great. I don't like the Los Dodgers one that much. As a fan of the team, not a huge fan of it. So we get a walk here. They bring in Gratterall. Oh my goodness, his sinker's so fast, dude, and it moves so much. I hate it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, not a super big fan of the City Connect forms for the White Sox. If I can change that, if I can just change just the jersey, I may look into that as we swing on a slider, or yeah, a slider that moves to look like about 10 feet. As we get a single back up the middle, and that will score Robert Jr. And that will tie the game back up. Save blown. Heck yeah. As DeJong, who just won us a game not too long ago, comes back up to the plate. Yeah, sorry had to lock in there, but yeah, if we can specifically change this jersey, I might look into changing that, because I think the rest of their jersey set doesn't look too bad. I like the gray, I like the white. I even like their black alternate jersey. The Southside, again, the Southside, I don't mind the name or anything, or the font or stuff, but I just think there's just too much black. I don't know what color they would be. I think it'd be cool to use some of the spindles up in above the outfield jumbotron. Like, that'd be cool to use it in some way, because like that's just like so iconic of the field. Like, that's one of the few things that when you look at, you're like, oh, that's the White Sox stadium. I think that'd be cool to just use that somehow in a jersey. And if we can't change it, it is what it is. But just it'd be cool if we could, Oof. As DeYoung, I've been saying DeJong, but it's DeYoung, makes the nice little play there. As we have a chance. They get back up. They're back up in the 14th inning. Oh man, no outs. Gratterall on the mound again. Runner on second. We would have swung there if he didn't back out of the way. So thank you for that. Oh, we're in the 14th inning here. 10-9. We're gonna be able to advance to third here on the passed ball. That'll be a wild pitch there by the scorer. As there's only, we need to advance him 90 feet to tie the game up. No outs. Oh my goodness. Is Angel Hernandez behind the plate? Oh my goodness. Which that is another thing. Forgot to mention that in this week of baseball. But holy hell. If you have been watching baseball this week, or on social media at all, you have seen the artistic just masterpiece that he's been putting on behind the plate. And by artistic, I mean terrible. He's not an artist. He sucks. He's just so, oh my goodness, it's so bad. I could talk about it for hours, but he is so bad. Last night he struck out the Rangers prospect, Wyatt Langford, struck him out on 3 pitches that were 6 inches out of the zone. Like, just an insane. It's just insane how he's still employed. I know there's a union and whatnot, but holy crap, there's got to be some. Just like stop putting him on games. Just hire somebody else. Just take that on the books and just stop him from doing games. He needs to not do anything at all. He just needs to retire. That's the youngest 0 for 6. Just awful. And 7 as I swing at that. No error, dodges the win in the 14th inning. As I think he blew a save and then got the win. Gratterall on deck. No, yeah. Blew the save and then went 4 whole innings almost to get the win. Crazy. I'm not sure if he's their closer. I think Brett Phillips might be their full-time closer, but Gratterall's really, really good. But anyways, Angel Hernandez, terrible umpire. Needs to be out of the league for sure. Oh, as we get a hit to our prospect pipeline as Edgar Cuero is going to be out for 2 months almost, or up to 2 months. And that is a huge blow to the AAA. We'll have to promote probably another catcher. Probably just so they can have a second guys. Gavin Sheets is here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 homers already. He hits another one, he can tie the game up. So I mentioned before in a previous video that I did a Rockies series just personally, and I didn't have to hit against Justin Lawrence, but hitting him against him now is insane. His sidearm delivery, like I always knew, was kind of weird and funky from pitching with him. But I can see why it's so hard to hit, but it didn't matter. When I was playing the ad, they hit me very well when I pitched with him. So much I traded for a different one. As we get a single here, no homer. But anyways, the game winning is more important here. As they will pinch run for him, but the Rockies are still able to get the win. As Chris Bryant goes 2 for 4, triple with an RBI. Justin Lawrence will get his only 14th save on the season. Kind of hard to give saves if you're not winning, given we're 31-54. They actually have a better record than us, and I think Reliever has a lot of saves for only having 31 wins. A lot is relative, I suppose. We're only 2 weeks out from the draft. We're going to try to make it there in this video. We're around 40 minutes so far. I don't know why I looked at Sammy Lewis. He's injured. That's kind of stupid. Even though he's our top 6th. Interesting we have him 6th on our board. Nothing really jumps out at me as like not really power guy. So that's not that terrible. Okay contact, mediocre vision, discipline. His potential is 77 at 93, but like I don't think he's that good to be number 6 unless there's just like nobody else really in the Interesting. Another position I want to look at is catcher and first base. So looking top 100 guys, we're going to scout. We're definitely going to scout Sammy Vargas. His switch hitter should be relatively good for us. We're going to stay on Ryan Rich as of right now. So we finalized that almost for the last time this season. Kopech is no longer injured. We're going to auto-utilize him. We're down by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. We have a chance with 2 runners on. Eloy Jimenez at the plate. 1 out only. So we can advance him here in any sort of fashion. Oh. No double play. That'll be a double play. Love that. Should have simulated that one. So we have another chance here. Yon Moncada up to bat. Switch hitting. Third baseman. 1 out still. That's Tanner Scott, their closer. On to make this close, and that should have been a good hit. Timing was there too. Oh, and speaking of jerseys, I also like the red, white. That's another one he should have taken. Oh my goodness. The red, white, and I think blue jerseys with their little hitter logo thing. I even like that one, which I know a lot of people aren't fan of. That we strike out. Love that. I know a lot of people have been vocal that they didn't like that, at least from what I've seen. But I even like that one, so I don't know. I think I probably almost like have. Nah, that's not really a City Connect jersey. It's a cool alternate though, but something like that would be cool. I still think they need to use a spindle somehow. Have they either on their helmet or like as the O in Chicago. Like that'd be cool. As he hung a slider, or have like Chicago or something in front of the spindle, and the spindle's the O somehow. Oh my goodness, as we strike on a slider up there, we should have taken that yard. Those Marlin jerseys are nice. I like those throwbacks. That would be pretty dope. That'd actually be a dope jersey to make. I don't know. Again, I would love to be able to make it. I know you can change a lot of stuff in the offseason. We're only 10.5 games back off the division. There's nobody in our division that has a winning record. Oh my goodness, our division's so bad. I mentioned that early in the season, but I haven't really paid attention. Oh my goodness, the Twins are going to make the playoffs without a winning record. Oh my goodness. That's actually insane. That's actually crazy. I wonder how many times that's actually happened in our life. Kind of want to scout him just because. We never set our positional needs. That's funny. So setting the positional needs. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that's improved your interest with them. That sucks that we didn't have that on all year. We're going to Percy Kirby there, and then we'll probably finish out that with Sammy Vargas, and that will be it for us in scouting. And that'll almost be the end of the episode. As we get our second trade in the video and second trade of the year as Brian Acuna, which is that Ronald Acuna's little brother? Maybe not. But he's on the team. I'm not sure what team he's on. Ronnie Enriquez. Not really a great season as they're training for Andrew Vaughn. No thanks. No thank you on that. As Brian Shaw is on here, trying to extend it to extras, or trying to keep the game tied. We're at home here. As he takes a strike right down the pipe. A double play would be marvelous here if we could get it. We do get a pop-up. I love that. Infield fly roll. Not sure why he said the runners at the corners because the bases are loaded. Interesting on that commentary. So we get another pop-up, and that will be the end of the 9th inning. As the White Sox have a chance to win it in the bottom. As we were able to, but not until we didn't score in the 9th and then scored 5 runnings in the 10th. And they scored 4. We went down by 3. Or went down by 4. And then make a comeback and win by 1 because we scored 5. That's actually insane. All behind Luis Robert Jr. 2 for 5, a homer. I think a double. David Bednar is headed to the Blue Jays from the Pirates. One of the first trades of the season. And that will do it for us in this one, guys. In the next video, we're going to be taking a look at Jacob Gonzalez on the Minor League All-Stars All-Star Weekend game. That's where we'll start. And then from there, we will get into the draft. And it should be a draft-focused episode. I'm not sure how I want to do it. I have a few different ideas, but you'll see that when we release the video. But anyways, if you all wouldn't mind leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button, that'd be huge for the channel. I appreciate every view, comment, like, and subscription. So that'd be awesome there. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Be sure to catch the next episode, and I will see you all in the next one.